Welcome to Wellington, the capital of New Zealand, where wild coastlines meet a vibrant creative soul. Nestled between rolling hills and a dramatic harbor, this city is packed with culture, film history, and unbeatable views. From world-class museums to windy waterfront walks and hidden foodie spots, Wellington is small in size but massive in personality. In this ultimate travel guide, you'll discover the best places, experiences, and local secrets to explore it properly. 10. Wellington Cable Car. A journey through elevation and identity. The Wellington Cable Car is one of the most iconic experiences in the city, not because it is simply transportation, but because it visually explains Wellington's geography. As the red cable car climbs from the central business district up to the elevated suburbs, the city unfolds beneath you. Harbor waters, dense urban blocks, and green hills merging into a single panoramic composition. At the top, visitors enter a quieter, greener space that feels completely different from the urban core. This contrast represents Wellington's dual identity: structured city life below and natural calm above. The Cable Car Museum and surrounding gardens add historical context, showing how this transport system shaped urban development and accessibility. 9. Wellington Botanic Garden. The living green archive of the city. The Botanic Garden is not just a park, it is a living collection of native and international plant species that reflects New Zealand's ecological identity. Wellington's terrain is steep and uneven, and instead of resisting this geography, the gardens embrace it. Walking paths wind through forests, flower beds, and open lawns, creating layered natural experiences. Locals use this space as part of daily life: morning exercise, reading breaks, and quiet reflection. This integration of nature into routine life reflects a broader cultural value in Wellington: balance between urban intensity and natural calm. From its elevated viewpoints, you can see the harbor stretching outward, reinforcing the city's connection to both land and sea. 8. Te Papa Tongarewa, where national identity is told, not stored. Te Papa is not a traditional museum. It is a narrative experience. It tells the story of New Zealand through interactive design, indigenous perspectives, and modern storytelling methods. Exhibits cover geology, migration, Maori culture, colonial history, and contemporary art. But what makes Te Papa powerful is its emphasis on perspective rather than just objects. It is one of the few national museums where indigenous narratives are not secondary, they are central. This reflects New Zealand's evolving cultural awareness and respect for Maori heritage. Visitors do not simply observe here, they engage, learn, and reflect on identity formation. 7. Wellington Waterfront. The social spine of the city. The waterfront is where Wellington breathes socially. Stretching along the harbor, it is a continuous public space where movement, leisure, and culture intersect. Morning joggers, lunchtime office workers, street performers, cyclists, and evening diners all share the same space at different times of day. This creates a constantly shifting atmosphere. Public art installations, open seating areas, and event spaces transform the waterfront into a cultural stage rather than just a walkway. Its importance lies not in a single landmark, but in its function as a daily life connector between people and environment. 6. Cuba Street. Creative disorder and urban expression. Cuba Street represents the most expressive side of Wellington. It is unpredictable, artistic, and intentionally unpolished in places. Here, independent cafes, vintage stores, record shops, street performers, and murals coexist without strict uniformity. This lack of rigid structure is what gives Cuba Street its identity. It is a space where creativity is not curated but naturally occurring. Musicians perform on sidewalks, artists display spontaneous installations, and small businesses define the visual rhythm of the street. This is Wellington's cultural freedom zone. 5. Weta Workshop. The global export of imagination. Weta Workshop is one of the most influential creative studios in the world, responsible for props, costumes, and visual effects in major films such as The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and Avatar. A visit here reveals the physical craftsmanship behind digital worlds. Instead of abstract CGI, you see detailed armor, sculptures, creatures, and models built by hand. This represents Wellington's role in the global creative economy, a small city producing globally recognized imagination. It also reinforces a deeper cultural truth. Wellington is not only a consumer of art, but a producer of global creative influence. 4. Mount Victoria Lookout. Geographic understanding of the city. Mount Victoria provides one of the most important visual perspectives in Wellington. From the summit, the city appears as a compact cluster surrounded by ocean and hills. Unlike flat cities, Wellington's geography is dramatic and layered. Viewing it from above helps visitors understand how tightly the city is structured between natural boundaries. Sunrise and sunset at Mount Victoria are particularly powerful moments, where light interacts with sea and land in constantly shifting patterns. 3. New Zealand Parliament Buildings. Governance in a modern democratic setting. The Parliament complex, including the iconic Beehive building, represents New Zealand's political system. Unlike heavily fortified government spaces in some countries, Wellington's parliamentary area feels open and integrated into the city. This reflects transparency and accessibility in governance philosophy. Visitors can often tour parts of the complex, gaining insight into how legislation is debated and passed in a modern democratic system. The architecture itself blends functional design with symbolic presence. 2. Wellington Harbour, the defining natural structure of the city. Wellington Harbour is not just a scenic feature, it is the structural foundation of the city. The entire urban layout is shaped around its curves, winds, and coastal edges. Ferries, waterfront paths, and hillside neighborhoods all connect back to this central body of water. The harbor constantly changes in appearance due to weather, light, and wind conditions, making it a dynamic rather than static landscape. It is both a transportation route and a visual identity marker for the city. 1. Wellington City Centre, the compact cultural engine of New Zealand. At number 1 is Wellington's city centre, not because of a single landmark, but because of its density of cultural, political, and creative activity. Within a short walking radius, you can access government buildings, national museums, independent cafes, theaters, art galleries, nightlife, and waterfront spaces. This compression creates a unique urban experience where transitions between different cultural zones happen almost instantly. It is a city that rewards exploration, not speed. Every street corner offers potential discovery, hidden bars, small galleries, live music venues, and architectural details. The CBD represents Wellington's essence, small in scale, but rich in meaning and experience. And that's your ultimate guide to Wellington, where culture, nature, and creativity collide on the coast. Whether you're exploring museums, hiking the hills, or enjoying the harbor views, this city leaves a lasting impression. If you enjoyed this guide, don't forget to like the video and hit the subscribe button for more travel inspiration and insider tips. Your next unforgettable journey starts now. See you in the next adventure.